lot of people are making a big deal about Alabama passing Miami in this week's rankings and whatnot because, they beat Mercer. They beat Mercer. Alabama's resume overall,
it's much better.
They should have been ahead of Miami in the first place. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think the committee might have been playing this game where they clustered those three teams in the SEC, and we're like, well, if we move Miami below Alabama, then we got to move them below all three. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they wanted to drop them that far. I don't know how much of the rationale of that, because you have different voices in the room. But ultimately, when I look at Alabama, there was a rough night they had against Tennessee, where Tennessee has a really good defense.
Great
and
defense.
I always thought Milroe didn't look like himself, whether he was banged up or whatever. Just talking to people inside the program, like when he's really aggressive, he is a different kind of quarterback because he's so dynamic, so explosive. He's got a good arm, and now, Ryan Williams is a playmaking receiver. I don't think they have, a couple things that they had when Saban was really rolling. You had great running backs, whether it was our guy Mark Ingram or certainly Derrick Henry. Trent Richardson in college was fantastic. I don't think the running backs are quite at that level. And also, last year's team wasn't a great team by Saban standards, but the secondary was really good. Now, Caleb Downs is in Columbus. He is not in Tuscaloosa. I don't think they're as good in the secondary, and they don't have that super disruptive edge rusher.
Right.
Like they have a big-time linebacker in Jihad Campbell who's playing great, but the defense isn't. They're playing pretty well, but they just don't have kind of the same. And I think because of that, people look at this is a really good team. I don't think they see it as a great team, but they have a quarterback who can play great. I mean, I hate to compare anybody, to, the Ravens quarterback who's, a generational talent with what Lamar can do. But just in terms of how he can put a team he can put an opponent on its heels so much because Milroe's so fast and hits top speed so fast and can just turn a 6-yard carry into a 70-yard touchdown. That is a weapon, and I think Kalen DeBoer is figuring out how to best use him because he's way different than Michael Penix Jr. They had this high-level passing game last year at Washington. It's not to say Milroe has plenty of arm strength, and he's a smart kid who works really hard, but I just think Penix. They were just different, in terms of Penix can run. He wasn't like the runner, he has speed, but not like this guy. So I think it's just kind of how the pieces are coming together. And I think DeBoer is a great coach. We see him in big head-to-head games. I wouldn't want to play them if I was anybody in the playoffs.
Kalen DeBoer is a winner. Everywhere he's gone, he's won. He's winning. I mean, just to replace a legend like Nick Saban's, it's tough shoes to fill. I'm an Alabama fan. I know.
I've been in the room with you on Saturdays.
When they lost to Vanderbilt, I'm like, hey, Nick Saban was rolled over his grave, and I don't know Nick Saban's alive, but I'm saying that would never happen if Vanderbilt. But Vanderbilt's a good team, and people forget about that. Vanderbilt was in the top 25 this year. Vanderbilt's going to a bowl game this year. Yeah. But you look at Alabama, and I just love the way they've improved since that Tennessee game, especially on defense.
Yeah.
The defense has been shutting teams down. So I think Alabama's going to make some noise before it's all said and done. In the SEC, you might get 4 teams out of the SEC, 4 teams out of the Big Ten right now as it stands.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.